G'day everybody. Alibar Jones here. Good to have you back on the show. Just wanted to talk a little bit about some of the overarching ideas that the EarthGuard is about and where we're at in the task we've chosen to perform. Because we've been working for a few years, and I know that sometimes my videos can be a little bit confusing and it's not sure where we're at. Okay, so I'm going to try and clear up and go back to the most basic statements that I can make about what's going on in the world right now. Let's just say that there is a lot of lies in the world, and that a good conspiracy theorist has got to dig through layers and layers and layers of bullshit. And it's a difficult task, and it's time consuming, and it's happening. People are digging through all the time. I'm kind of lucky that I have a tool called astral projection that we use all the time to try and get to the bottom of what are the lies designed to cover up. And the answer that we came up with is this, is that the Earth is actually under invasion. The reason why we don't see any aliens walking down the streets, nobody said hello to Earth or opened an embassy here. And it's really simple. It's because it's all secret. Like there's a giant secret happening here. They're already here. They've already taken over. They've made alliances with our governments, and there's tons of theory on that. There's tons of documentation about that. And the Earthlings are the junior partner in that alliance. Now, what's even worse is that those aliens are controlled by another being, another pan-galactic entity, one who has destroyed several galaxies that we're aware of and bragged to me about destroying and consuming thousands of worlds. It's really bad news. We call it the Great Nothing. I've heard it called the anti-divinity before by another astral projection group. And so it's a big deal. It's a very big deal. But all of the lies that are going on in the world, and there's tons, are all about masking the takeover of the Great Nothing and his minions. His minions include demons, read satanic elites, read the religion of the elites, read the worship of Moloch. All of the aliens now, there's good aliens and bad aliens. We think that the good aliens that are here, the good aliens, are actually captured and cloned copies of good guys, but they're working for the wrong team and pretending to be our friends. You know, if we really had friends in the galaxy, then we wouldn't be in the situation we're in. And same with angels, it's just another controlled opposition group. They're not fighting the war against demons. They're absolutely passive, and they'll never destroy. The standing angels will never destroy their fallen angelic brothers, right? There's even moments where we're wondering if these entities wear two different masks, one angel, one demonic, you know, depending on what situation they're in. It's pretty rough. The reason why they have to lie to us so much is because they need our permission. It's a weird spiritual law. It's part of the laws of the galaxy and the laws of the universe that they need our permission to take control of us. And so they lie constantly in order to get that, you know, and they're, you know, 13 families, Illuminati, satanic cult, Freemasonic, whatever word you prefer to use. They are the collaborators that help the off-worlders take over our planet. And they got to go, to say the least. But they're the ones who help convince us. They're the ones who manage the lie, who manage the narrative so that we give our permission to them. And they can further enforce the will of the Dark Lord. I'm not joking. It sounds ridiculous, but you know, look around you. This world is not being managed in alignment with the human heart. Like this is definitely not how we're managing our world. It's not how we're running our world. Like all of the crises we face are manufactured, be they economic or warfare or nuclear or, we've gone through 80 years of uninterrupted prosperity on Earth since World War II. And everyone's broke. Like, what the hell are you talking about? We're producing more of everything than ever before in all of history. And so where is it? Where did it all go? And unfortunately, I think it's all been siphoned off world through those alien alliances. That's where we're at. Now, that is the large and bleak overview of what's actually going on Earth. And please take a moment to consider it, because I've been told many times that my narrative is the only one that actually fits the facts that we've got. Now, as grim as all that sounds, here's the hopeful part, or better than hopeful, actually. I've been managing an astral projection team. We're called the EarthGuard. We have a website called theearthguard.org. And our mission was to fight and destroy this invasion. To be honest, when I started, I didn't expect to last 3 months fighting these guys, these pan-galactic monsters. But as it turns out, they're incredibly weak, and we figured out how to exploit those weaknesses. And the Earthlings, the humans here, are far more powerful than these evil monsters who take over galaxies. In fact, I think that the human body was genetically designed to be the counter to this invasion. Um, there are 22 different sections of DNA in the human body that come from off-world that they can't find the origin of. And so what that says to me is that all of the different species around the galaxy knew who the Great Nothing was, saw that he invades galaxies, knew that he was coming here. And so then they set up a trap species where they loaded all of their best DNA, all their most powerful stuff into one human body, and even got it to work. And that's us. And we are the weapon that is here to destroy them or prevent the invasion of the rest of the galaxy. Now, when I began this, my initial goal was to destroy demonkind, because they are a crucial group to the manipulation of Earthlings, absolutely critical. And their reach is far more widespread than you would guess. Like I would say, all mental health issues are caused by demonic interference. And if you think about that for 15 seconds, it could be true. But I've got this video here of an exorcism I did a couple of years ago. The only thing that's unique about that video is that we got to record it. Our team has been fighting demonkind for a long time, and you'll see the videos on this channel, and they talk about, well, they talk about a lot, but we kill a demon and then a month later it comes back, and then we kill another demon, we kill him again, comes back, and we just like all scratching our heads going, like, what is it that we don't know? And the answer came back about a month ago. We found the demonic factories, the factories where they take negative energy, put it through a process, and then pump out demons, like thousands of the things in a day. And we found 3 of these factories in the astral planes. We do what we do best, which is demolition work, and those factories no longer function, nor have they been replaced. Now, the good news is that demonic population has reduced by about 5% during this time, during the last month, which means their behavior of consuming their own kind and not valuing the lives of their own kind, well, that behavior is coming home to roost as the population of demons shrink globally. And during my interviews with various demons, and you'll see a few of them on the channel and more of them in my membership site, is demons realize that they don't have that much longer left. It's actually probable that demonkind will be extinct on this planet by Christmas. By Christmas this year, 2025. It's entirely possible. And I wouldn't be surprised if the last one gets assassinated on the solstice, because a lot of big things happen on solstices and equinoxes. But that critical group losing its grip means that the Illuminati has lost its key ally. See, if you want to control the world, you need to have a technological edge over the locals. And that the technological edge that the Illuminati have chosen is black magic. It works, but it has drawbacks, right? Because the things you have to do to serve the Dark Lord are never pretty. In fact, they're absolutely hideous. And when we find out about them, in cases like P. Diddy or Jeffrey Epstein, well, we're all enraged. Absolutely. It's unforgivable what they're doing. But these are just minor agents of the Dark Lord. They're not born into the 13 families and all of the ancient alliance with demonkind that entails. Now, here's where it gets interesting because that black magic, see, in black magic, they never empower the humans. They're always empowered through serving demons. They never have their own power. They just build relationships with the demons who still hold the power. They don't share it. And so if the demons are taken out of the picture, then all of the black magic that they've been using to control our world fails. And they can no longer cast new spells to cover their asses, hide themselves, direct humanity in a different, into a furphy or set off a psyop or any of that sort of jazz, because all of that requires a lot of spell work to make it work. And without that key technology, without that advantage, once we take that off them, then the Illuminati, I expect, won't last very long. Now, yeah. And so by Christmas, we might see the Illuminati lose their key strength and then start to collapse and fail, which just happens to coincide with the introduction of the digital ID, which, if you've been paying attention, there's lots of people who will explain it to you on YouTube. Well, that's the trap. That's where they put a chip in everybody's head eventually, or put the nanotech in everybody's arm, just like they did in the health crisis of 2020, and build everybody into this half human, half robotic thing, which in legal terms is called Homo Borg Genesis. Like, this is a word that they use because it means you don't have any more human rights. Now, why would any human want that? Well, none of them do, but the demons who are puppeteering our political leaders, they definitely want that. And so I'm beginning to wonder if the digital ID will ever actually happen. Coming back to the work of our team, a few months ago, we did hit the great nothing, his presence here in our solar system, and we pushed him out. But he has still got a grip here in the form of a few different departments of Earth. One is the alien species and the alien alliances. Another one is the legal system. And a third one is the way that he has warped time to his advantage. And that one's the hardest one to understand. But if I told you that the possessed politicians design laws, and then they have Freemasons who are also police and judiciary to make sure that those laws are applied selectively and not to hurt their friends, because that's what the organization is for. It's to hide the crime of their Masonic brothers. And don't think of Freemasons as anything other than criminals. It's a criminal organization with a penchant for black magic. That's who they are. Yeah, nasty, nasty people, but all of them with high office and all of the prestige that comes with it. So also, if you make $100 million, you're also obliged to join them. They won't let you not join them if you have the power that $100 million will grant you. I think by the solstice, a few things that the Illuminati are doing will crumble. And I expect to see them lynched in the streets. I expect to see our politicians lynched in the streets, just as happened in Nepal. However, I do also want to say, like, the politicians are not the top rank. They are not the architects of our world. There are a few ranks above that. And I think that if we lynch the politicians, we should not forget to hunt down those guys as well, because literally they were there for Babylon, or the same religious group was there for Babylon, and their tradition is attempting to take over the world through dishonest means with their demonic allies. And if we don't get them this time, they will try again. And if we succeed in eliminating them, then the next thing will actually be a human renaissance. All of the suppressions, be they, they're poisoning the air, the food, the water, like, um, destroying our environment and creating economic problems where they need not be. All of the problems that humanity faces right now um, are based in policy. We created them through politicians. Like everything could be legally, all problems could be legally solved tomorrow if we chose to do so. But these guys want problems. I have so much to say on this topic, but I think my YouTube channel says a lot of it too. I recommend that you browse around and watch a few videos. There are some really interesting ones, like my interview with Lucifer, that I'm sure you'll be entertained with. I think we're a couple of steps ahead of the conspiracy theory community and the mystic community. So, I think our opinion, the way that we're looking at things, it actually fits what's going on, whereas everything else has a couple of holes in it here and there. So, look, my love to you all. Watch out for the video I'm about to do on Atlas 3I, and I'll explain that one to you, what's actually going on there. And look, may the force be with you all, and my love to you. Yeah, and like and subscribe to the video. Bye for now, guys. Bye bye.